Hello, Goddess, and welcome. My name is Rochelle Richard, and I am the founder, CEO, and self-love empowerment coach here at Empowerment Experiences, where we talk about all the ways to look for and find your power in every moment, especially those of us on a healing twin flames journey, right? Because me personally, I very, very much am of the mindset that, a twin flame journey is a self-love empowerment journey on steroids, right? Yeah, it's a whole nother level. You know, you have this connection with someone that doesn't and isn't supposed to fit in the box of the way relationships are known to, right? Because we're here to shift things. We're here to rewrite the entire template of what relationships are all about, what love has been perpetrated to not be in this realm. I realized I set my little timer here so that something new I'm starting, so that I know when to take a pause when my device closes out a file and starts a new one in the event I go over the file length that they have. I digress. One of these things that I really wanted to talk about today is the romanticization, if that's a word, it is now. But the romanticizing of the twin flame connection. Now, I'm not going to dissuade you from your visualization practices of being intimate with your counterpart. No. However, what I am here to support you and to bring clarity to this connection for you is this. The twin flame connection is mission-based, first and foremost. And that's some of the things we're definitely here to rewrite, is the ego attachment that we call love in this realm. The I need you to complete me attachment, love, right? Dear sweet goddess, you are whole and complete in and of yourself. You have the divine masculine and divine feminine energies within yourself. And that is why a twin flame journey is rooted in a self-love empowerment journey, because you are here to bring those energies into balance within yourself. And when we do that, that's what aligns you for union with your twin. However, after experiencing countless twin flame gurus and experts and so much contradicting information out there, it can feel so discouraging, so frustrating, so infuriating, right? So powerless. I know that place. And I was already a self-love empowerment coach, coaching goddesses, when I was made aware by the universe, signs and synchronicities and messages and all that wonderful, glorious stuff, that I too was actually on a twin flame journey. And I hadn't believed in the concept. I wasn't believing in it when I met my counterpart. Yet lo and behold, and it all made sense. And the more I go and grow on this journey, this whole completely up-leveled journey, the more I recognize that, it is a self-love empowerment journey. You, dear sweet goddess, have to be creating and cultivating that love within yourself first. That is your bat signal for your counterpart. And when you are coming from that place of lack, of need, of, oh, I want this, big fairy tale like this, and that's your idealization of this connection, then you will remain disconnected. You will remain in separation. In fact, one of the literal, I have, three? At most, three mentors that I follow in the twin flame community. That's it. I weeded out so many others that I just was like, no, One of my top ones, my top three, just said something, and it blew my mind how she said it. And it's this: that if you do not love yourself, your twin flame will destroy you. And this is why this whole false twin flame nonsense is nonsense in my book. It's a karmic. If you're calling someone a false twin flame, they were a karmic connection. So you can heal your shit. But a twin flame connection is your mirror. And if you are not loving yourself, they're gonna show that to you in how they treat you, how they speak to you. And you're gonna have to really look at yourself and say, wait a minute, I'm not really speaking and being very kindly to myself. I'm really not. And that's something that I have discovered since becoming a self-love empowerment coach. Before I ever met my twin flame, is I would ask goddesses and say, so do you really love yourself? Do you love yourself? And oh, yeah, sure, yeah, I do. And we'd talk a little bit deeper, and then that right moment would come and I'd go, so then tell me, do you truly love and accept yourself? And 9 times out of 10, the reaction, the response was, no. So I'm asking you, goddess, do you really love yourself? Do you pamper yourself? Do you buy flowers for yourself? Do you speak kindly to yourself? Do you tell yourself how beautiful you are and how much you love yourself? Then how can you expect him to do it? Huh? Yet here we are romanticizing this connection, expecting him to come into our lives and fill in all of those gaps like a fucking Hallmark movie. It don't work like that, sister. And that's why every one of the movies, I guarantee you, if you continue the storyline outside of it, they all ended ugly. Because it wasn't rooted in that self-love space first. Because no one outside of you can truly do for you what you won't do for yourself or don't do for yourself. And so as you are envisioning this fairy tale, this fantasy with your divine counterpart, and believe me, sister, I've been there. I did that. And yes, again, I say yes, you want to be in that vision. You want to be embodying that union with them. However, I remember an energetic and actually an orgasmic business coach who said to me is that you have to open the container for yourself first. You have to be the one to romanticize yourself. Right? Yeah. And if you're not really loving yourself, then I assure you it's going to continue to be this rubber band. Chase, runner, chaser, back and forth, back and forth. It is. And you will continue to perpetuate wounding and traumas and pains in that relationship, in your connection. As long as you are continuing to project onto your counterpart and your connection this fantasy kind of illusion. Excuse me. Now, again, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that that all of that romantic stuff is just, just fake. It's just in the movies. No, it's not. Right? No, it's not. Right? You can have that in your connection. But you've got to be the one creating and cultivating that love within yourself, for yourself. Remember, that energetic vibration, that's your bat signal to your counterpart. And when you are truly, that's how my counterpart ever came into my life. I wasn't looking for nothing. Nobody. I had literally, 2 to 3, I wish I had a picture of that vision board, and it was a handwritten vision board. It was more like a checklist, a bucket list vision board. I had just made that vision board not 3 weeks before my counterpart came out of nowhere. All right, and there was no room in that for a relationship. I just wanted no drama, just me and the special kitties I was fostering. I was a feline leukemia virus foster mommy. And, just have that be my experience. I wasn't even accepting friend requests from men during that time. I would delete them. I'd be like, I don't have a reason to talk to you. I don't have a reason to talk. Nope. But when his came through, I didn't delete it. I just sat there, and I'll never forget that day. Because I remember when I hit accept and I went, what? Wait a minute. What? Let me tell you, sister, I was in my self-loving vibe. I had my morning routine down pat, doing my yoga, my journaling, my affirmations, my tapping. I was on it. I was vibing, and I was feeling good. Time for an up level. And a big one at that. And there it came. And it was an experience, a connection. Do you want to talk about, yes, Kundalini awakening? There was so much energy coursing through my chakras, all through the cells, all over my body. But my heart chakra, my solar plexus would just pulsate with so much energy. And there would be so many times when I didn't have my ringer on, but I would just be led to pick up the phone, and I kid you not, he would be calling me. The connection was just mind-blowing. And it did. It blew my mind. And I allowed myself to feel things that I hadn't let myself feel in so long. And I'm talking more than a decade, goddesses. I mean, I'm a former pimped out, drug-addicted prostitute. I have lived the majority of my adult life believing sex was a job. Yeah. And that I wanted nothing to do with men unless they paid me. Well, and here he came. Because I had done so much of that work on myself. And I was just loving myself. I didn't need someone else to love me. I wasn't hung up on this romanticizing, looking for Mr. Right. I was already the everything right that I needed. And this is what it looks like for you to fill your cup so full that it overflows into those around you. That you, again, put out this incredible vibration, this frequency, this bat signal that just brings him back to you. And dear goddess, I tell you, every single time I actually really dive deep into that energetic work and I let myself feel my twin, because that's the key here, is to let yourself feel your twin. Which means to let yourself feel loved. by the universe, by yourself, that's when you'll feel him. But when you are closing yourself off from that, closing yourself off from all the ways that the universe is loving you, through your friends, your family, your environment, through nature. Right now, I am, for me, taking in so much love from just nature right now in just the last 4 days. On my back porch, I've had a road runner, which are very, very common out here in Arizona. I've had which they look nothing like they do on the cartoon, okay? Just saying. A road runner almost walk straight up to me. I have a video, and I've been so blessed that as such, I just happen to have my phone in my hand, getting ready to play some mind food videos or, sharing something on my social medias. And so I've been able to catch these videos and just take it in. Just allow myself to receive. So I had the road runner. He come almost, and he was looking at me. Oh God, it was so precious, so precious. And then just this morning, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And this is Tuesday morning. I'm going to publish this on Wednesday morning. So just this morning, I was sitting out doing my journaling, and I see something move out of the corner of my eye down here. And I happen to, again, have picked up my phone for something or other. And I was like, oh my God. And I looked, it was a baby bunny. Not a big one, not one of the 2 big ones that I've seen around here, because I've had them in my backyard, but a baby bunny. And this sweet little thing, he just sat there for several minutes, and I was literally able to turn on the camera and slowly and just record him sitting there. This is the way the universe loves on you too, Goddess, is by sharing such delicate and rare and beautiful experiences to show you that you're loved. So it's time that you really begin to love yourself, to use your connection with your counterpart. What do you desire to experience in this connection? How would you like him to treat you? How does this relationship look to you? What does that divine love? If it's absolutely perfect, what does it look like? How does it feel? And then from that, how can I cultivate this for myself? How can I embody this for myself? Because guess what, sister? That is going to amplify that bat signal that you're sending out to your counterpart. Remember, he is not your mission, okay? Your mission is about coming home within. Because as you come home within, your purpose is revealed to you. Your passion is ignited within you, all right? But if you are focusing on him not being with you, and oh my God, I want to be with him, where is he? Oh, we're in separation. Then guess what? You are perpetuating that lack because you're not focusing within. You are romanticizing the idea of him coming back, and then everything is going to be all perfect and wonderful and amazing. But until then, you're going to feel like shit? No, fuck that shit. No, it doesn't, and it doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. You see, when I'm in my own shadow shit and I'm shifting it, ooh, does he feel a million miles away? And he's not even in. Like we have an open line of communication, but we've not said a word to each other. And when I anchored into my truth more and got excited and was allowing myself to feel him, he had finally checked one of my messages after we had a little thing, a little ego spat. Hello, shadow. And he came and he finally checked that message. He had come on Telegram all of a sudden. And so he was that close to reaching out to me. And then he pulled away. Now, your counterpart will do this, okay? And our egos like to say, but oh my God, he doesn't love me. Oh my God, he doesn't want to be with me. Oh my God. Well, if you're telling that story, that's what you're going to experience. But his higher self is guiding him too. And if you're not in your authentic space, if you're not in your power, goddess, if you're not loving you, then he will be led to not come through to you. If you are going through a major healing cycle, which I have been since my roommate finally moved out, and I've had to really look at the choices that I made over this last year in letting her move in, and that went completely against everything in me that screamed, why would she move in? You're not going to get to travel. Because she was moving in June, and well, this whole happened in March. So she had 2 months to find somewhere else to go, but old Rochelle really came to the surface and operated out of obligation to her and put her needs above my own. I didn't listen to myself. And as a result, I had to really be shown that truth. And it can be a tough pill to swallow, right? When you have to say, especially for a self-love empowerment coach, right? We can, my ego likes to take that title and latch onto that and go, well, you're a coach after all. You should know better. The ego, she's not very nice. I'm on this journey too, goddess. I'm building a business. I am following my passion and fulfilling my purpose, my twin flame mission. And it's a perpetual going and growing journey for every single soul enrolled in this earth school. It's like Abraham Hicks says, you never get it done. Once you reach a certain stage, there's more. There's something new. There's a new lesson and more challenges presented you, more opportunities for growth. And this is why loving yourself is the most important thing in your journey, because that encompassment of loving yourself and really romanticizing you is going to anchor you in your power. And as a feminine, as a divine feminine whose energy is supposed to be receptive, right? Because when we are constantly chase and do, and I got to work harder and I got to do more, that's masculine energy, and that is going to repel your divine masculine so fucking far. Trust me, okay? And this is why, again, you don't bring your energies within into balance by chasing him, by romanticizing him and your connection. You don't bring your energies into balance by having your intention for healing to be with him. Yes, of course, that is the ultimate outcome for twin flames, is to come into union. It is. I'm not going to sit here, and even with the twin flame trap that I talk about, the twin flame trap is when, again, our intention is coming from the ego. Oh, I'm going to do this healing because then I can be with him. Oh, I'm going to do this healing because then I'm going to have this fairy tale ending. Oh, I'm going to do this healing because it's going to get me that. You have an attachment to the outcome. You're here to heal because it's what's going to empower you to feel better about yourself, better in your energy. And you do that just because you're here to feel good. You're here to embody love, and love, divine love, does feel good. It does feel good. Okay? So be very, very aware of what your intention is behind why you're doing what you're doing. Okay? Again, do the journal through the questions that I offered earlier in this video, okay? And then really start to ask yourself, when you're doing certain things, anything in fact, what is my intention behind this? Why am I doing this? Is it for me, or is it for something outside of me? Because again, when you come home within, especially when you balance that masculine and feminine energies, and you finally become receiving, you align with that receptive mode, that is when that red carpet unrolls for your counterpart to come strolling through, strutting his sexy stuff. But if you don't send out the bat signal and unroll that carpet for him, then he's not going to feel like he's welcome. And his higher self is not going to push him to you. Trust, dear goddess, trust. Trust that every cycle comes to a close. Every healing cycle, every up cycle, every down cycle, every upside down cycle, it's all temporary, okay? And trust that if you find yourself in a healing cycle right now where your counterpart feels so far away, recognize that it's simply because Source, God, universe, Great Spirit, Great Mystery, whatever label, is purposely keeping us apart for this healing, because we each can only heal ourselves. And as we heal individually, we then can come together and heal what needs healing collectively, together in the connection. All right? So again, recognize that romanticizing this connection and making it all about being with him is going to delay that union, because you're not focusing on that union within. Thank you so much, dear goddess, for watching this video. I would love to hear your feedback. If you have any other questions, please drop them below. If you would like my perspective on things, again, as a self-love empowerment coach, former pimped out, drug addicted prostitute, all that wonderful history, into, discovering I'm a twin flame goddess, rising and thriving on her own journey. It's challenging. I truly do feel your pain. I feel what you're going through. I am not just someone who just read up on some shit and went, oh, okay, I'm just gonna say I'm that. No, I'm living it. I'm living it right along with you. Okay? But I'm so grateful, honored, and blessed that I was already anchored in that self-love empowerment before my beloved counterpart came into my life. I couldn't imagine doing this without having had that foundation, because I am not going to lie, I have fallen out the boat so many times since he's come into my life. I've been like, wait a minute, the boat capsized again. I got to get back in and get back to rowing, meaning get back to my morning routine, get back to really loving me and making myself the central focus of my journey. Because, dear goddess, you are the most important person in your journey. Because without you, there is no your journey. Without you, there is no your life. You are the most important person in your life. Okay? And you deserve all the love and all the doting and adoration that you desire from him, but you deserve it from yourself. All that you desire to give and shower on him, shower on yourself. Because remember, goddess, he is you in another body. So through loving yourself You love him too. And through loving yourself, you can teach him to be loving you the way you learn to love you, the way you desire to be loved. It all begins with you, Goddess. And it all begins within. I am here to remind you and guide you into knowing that the power to create anything you desire is in your hands, because it has always been inside you. Namaste.